Hi, everyone. This is English with Caitlin, an English listening podcast. Today's episode's title is Bad Dates. Ooh. Today, let's talk about dates. Let's talk about dating. Are you married? Are you in a relationship? You have a boyfriend, girlfriend? Are you single? How is dating? I'd say dating is hard. These days, we have so many ways to meet people: group activities, work, sports, school, online apps. But dating is still hard. Do you think that dating is harder these days? My friends and I all have bad dating stories. And how about you? Have you gone on a bad date? Let me tell you about mine. But before I tell you my story, let's talk about dating. Why is it so hard? It's so interesting. We have phones and computers. We can easily chat with someone any time of the day or night. Then why is it so hard to make a true connection, a true friend or true love? I think with all of these online dating apps, dating is not dating. Dating has become something like shopping. It doesn't feel real. You can just sit on your sofa and look at hundreds and hundreds of people so quickly. Swipe and swipe and swipe. It starts to feel like online shopping. So, what can we do? I don't think online dating apps are bad. I know many people who have met their partners through online dating apps. But I think it is good to step back sometimes. Take some time away from it. Don't spend hours and hours every day swiping through these dating apps. If you mindlessly, without thinking, swipe, you could miss out on meeting a really good person. If you mindlessly swipe, it really will feel like online shopping. Hmm, he's 1 star. Oh, he's 4 stars. Like online shopping. Not good. Also, talking in online dating is harder. You don't see the person's face, their facial reactions. Messages can be misinterpreted. Misinterpreted is when someone doesn't understand what you meant. They think you meant something different. Dating is hard, online or offline. My tip is to start saying yes when your friends invite you to go out. Make yourself available. You could meet someone great, a true love or a true friend. Also, there is nothing wrong with being single. Enjoy the time working on yourself and spending time with friends and family. Now, let me tell you one of my bad date stories. It's time. Okay, are you ready? My bad date story. This date happened about 2 years ago. At that time, I was using a dating app to meet new people. I found a guy who looked fun and adventurous. So I thought, why not? How about having a date with him? We decided to meet for dinner at a Mexican restaurant. Tacos are one of my favorite foods. So I was really excited for dinner. We decided to meet at 7 p.m., the perfect time for dinner. I had arrived to the restaurant a little early, so I ordered a drink and waited. I messaged him to let him know I was at the restaurant. He messaged me back. He told me he was just running a little late, but he said it was no problem because it was just a short taxi ride away. He would be there soon. So I waited and I waited. I got my drink and I checked the time. It was around 7:20 p.m. My date was 20 minutes late. I didn't want to leave because he kept telling me he would be right there. So I waited. I checked the time again. The time was around 7:30 p.m. He was 30 minutes late. He messaged me and told me his taxi had gotten lost. But he had said it was a short taxi ride? How did he get lost? Hmm. I felt sorry for him and waited. I still had my drink and I decided to order something small that we could eat together right when he arrived. I checked the time. It was 8 p.m. He was 1 hour late. Finally, after 1 hour, my date had arrived to the restaurant. He saw me and sat down. But he didn't apologize to say sorry. He didn't say sorry. He was only thinking about the food. And yes, me too, we were both hungry. I shouldn't have waited for so long. I should have left. But I told myself it was probably just a small mistake. I asked if he wanted to share a taco platter. It's a dish with different meats, vegetables, sauces, and tortillas. You can build your own taco. He agreed, so we ordered it. As we waited for the food, we made some small talk. But the small talk, that made me lose my appetite. I was starting to not be hungry. He was a very interesting person. After a few minutes of talking, he put his arm around me and said, "I'm going to make you my girlfriend." He was also very conceited. A conceited person likes to talk about themselves. He loved talking endlessly about his money, his job, and all of the expensive things he owned. I have this and this and this. I do this and this and this. Finally, the tacos come out. It was time to eat. But I looked over and saw that my date was not happy. He told me he hates all vegetables, fish, bread, and most sauces. He told me all about the foods he hated. He hated a lot of foods. I looked at the food we ordered. There was only one food there that he liked. It was the steak. I was confused why he would want to come to a Mexican restaurant. But, anyways, he ate all of the steak. And he continued to talk about himself. It was amazing how someone could talk about themselves that much. Once the date was finished, I was so happy it was over. There was no second date. The date could have been worse. I have heard some really bad date stories, but after this date, I stopped using online dating apps. Do you have any bad date stories? That is all for today's episode. I will be back next week with the new episode. Thank you for listening to my bad date story, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.